Designing dialog flow does have its best practices, and I will show some of our recommendations. Let's start by looking at the different types of flows. Intent flows are the backbone of a dialog flow, as they control the conversation flow based on the user's intent. This includes providing messages, prompts, and actions related to the user's intent, as well as handling any errors or unexpected input. Service flows, on the other hand, are designed to provide reusable functionality that can be used across multiple intents flows. They include things like authentication, data retrieval, or API calls. They simplify intent flows and prevent duplication of code or functionality. Global flows are mapped to built-in events and executed at a global level for tasks like initialization, error handling, or logging. Don't worry about the number of flows, the key aspect is that each flow should have a purpose. This is a good example of the modular architecture that we just described. We clearly see intent flows that are mapped to the intent events, and the reusable pieces of functionality contained in the service flows. Wrapped around all of this, we can have global flows for specific events. Each module performs a specific function and can be easily interchanged or updated without affecting the entire system. When designing your dialog flows, it's important to focus on simplicity and readability. Rather than worrying about the size of the flow, aim to keep it small and simple. If a flow does become too large or complex, it's a good idea to review it and see if any parts can be moved into their own service flow. This can help simplify the main flow and make it easier to understand and maintain. Use composite bag entities to interact with users for specific pieces of information. This approach enables you to have a single state that can handle multi-turn conversations and allows you to skip prompts if users provide information out of order. When building flows, it's best to focus on a single conversational task. Use a consistent naming convention for dialog flows and intents to improve efficiency for copywriters, designers, and developers. A naming convention can help streamline the design process, debugging, and component filtering for better organization and effectiveness. You can obviously implement your own convention, but ultimately it should allow you to easily distinguish regular intents from answer intents, and intent flows from service flows, just to give two examples. These naming conventions should be applied to entity names and resource bundle keys as well. It's essential to have an error handling strategy in place when building your dialog flows. This will help ensure users are not negatively impacted. We can create customized error messages to guide the user while logging the errors and notifying administrators. In order to achieve this, you can implement error handling at the flow level to handle errors specific to that flow. This gives more control on how to manage those. But you can also create a global handler that will be called for unhandled errors when there are no other handlers. Finally, the last tip is to always validate the code and use the Findings tab to analyze warnings and errors available at flow, entity, and intent levels. To obtain further details, kindly inquire with our assistant Artie. The relevant links are located in the description.